Sachiko, what a treat, what an honour to have you here at Thomas Textiles for your first solo exhibition. I think it's been 20 years in the coming, this exhibition.
Yes, it's a long way to be here.
So welcome and congratulations on Tactile Explorations. It's a great name, isn't it? It's a great title for your exhibition. Do you want to talk a bit about why you've called your exhibition Tactile Exploration?
I guess it's because it's simply, I love exploring.
Sachiko, as a child, were you curious?
Yes, I was a very curious child.
And did you like to explore? Is that where your explorations came from?
I would say so, and I had a very inventive father, and I think I got that from him too. And I loved his attitude. He was a guy who believed he can do anything if other people can do. Of course, there was a limitation, but I loved that, his positiveness. And he was such a great teacher. I mean, his nickname was a teacher since he was a child, and I had him all while I was growing up, and without him I don't think I'll be the same person.
Well, you've certainly carried that through your life.
Yes, I think it's, I'm really appreciate that in me with this medium, felt making. I respect people who is happy doing production work, but I unfortunately miserably failed doing so. So I think it's my nature to invent something, and developing techniques I love, and that's let me explore things.
So you've been exploring for about 20 years now, haven't you? Mostly in felt.
Yes, I think that involving developing nanofelt with polystyrene definitely helped, or that opened my eyes, the possibilities. And I just love making something different.
Sachiko, you're surrounded here with some more techniques that you've used. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of these techniques?
Thank you. This is my calamari piece, which, anyway, when I developed this technique, Polly was away, and Polly always had a big basket which she chuck end of the wool fibers or all the little remnants in it. That was so inviting because just the colors in there. And I thought, doesn't matter, it's kind of a waste, and I can even see but said the work doesn't, no, piece doesn't work, it will be okay. So I just made a ring and I just accumulated, overlapped, and that's the way I made a felt, and I named calamari because I thought daisy, but
no,
I thought the calamari was more fun. And this is the variation of it, and I chained them. And
the one behind you, that's got the weft and weave.
Yes, also the origami flower. This was my first origami design I used. It's a traditional flower design, but I made a variation out of it. This one is I made two same flower from the one square. At the time I felt I was very clever.
Happy accident.
Like a sort of spiraling, and I also that weaved some. Yes, I also felt wow, my brain works very well.
I love the surprises. And then this beautiful red one.
Yes, this is my wild turkey's nest felt. Yes, I inspired from the wild turkeys running around the police build the studio in the rainforest. Wild turkeys collect twigs and accumulate and make a big nest. So I thought, well, I may make a felt, make a wool twig and just accumulate. And I developed the technique making a lacy one and a very dense one, which some used in some of the works. This one I just made the twigs and tied in the middle and just sewn onto and felt it.
And it's very effective, isn't it? It's beautiful.
I love it.
Yeah.
Just to me, the very tactile and alive.
Works beautifully. Polly has been a huge inspiration to you. What other places do you go for inspiration?
I guess that the big influence for me can be another passion like origami. Funny thing is I never maybe played with origami, but because my English was so bad when I came to this country, I connected with people around me with origami. People always enjoyed me folding origami so that I was interested how I can cooperate origami techniques or foldings in my felt making.
And are there other places you go for inspiration, like books or music, or do you follow other artists that inspire you?
I guess I was working in a Japanese shop for 8 or 9 years, and I had the chance to staring at many beautiful kimonos, many hours, and I used many kimono fabrics in my felt works, and yes, that was for me wonderful to rediscovering my own heritage or culture, because I left my mother country when I was very young.
Yes, we were lucky because you came to Australia. And what is it about the kimono silks that you like in felt? What does it do with the wool when you felt?
Of course, that some of the kimono fabric is little hard to felt into, but just discovering, having that, how to deal with it. I always enjoy the challenges.
Yes, you certainly step up to a challenge. So what are you currently working on at the moment now that you've completed this beautiful tactile exploration?
Yes.
What are you working on at the moment?
As I said, I used the paper technique too. And this was a sphere at the time. Now I'm sort of moving out from the sphere to some other shapes.
So are there many pieces that you've cut and folded?
It's a very simple pattern, but the sphere takes 12 pieces. And to me it's very tactile. And sort of I first saw it, then felt. I just like to explore more possibilities, because at the moment it's sort of 3D, but this can be flat too. And of course I can play with many shapes around the things which projecting from the shape.
And finding 4-leaf clovers.
Yes! there it is.
Have you any idea where you're going to head next with felt, or does it just sort of grow for you?
I think that the last piece I felt a little leap, another notch up. So I think I will digest that while I'm resting.
And is this the last piece that you
Yes.
felted?
Yes.
Do you want to speak a little of that, Sachiko?
I used all the remnants, and these are offcuts of the works which displayed here, and I just felt so free and just layering many pieces, and it's hard to see, but if you touch it, some are more thinner, thicker. Also, I played projecting out.
So little flaps with hidden pieces in there.
Yes.
You like little pockets, don't you?
I love little surprises
Yes.
in my works. I just can't help being playful.
So this is an area you're going to keep exploring, this last piece.
I think I can't help keep exploring making tactile felt. I think that's one my characteristic of felt making, and hopefully I can share with many other felt makers.
One of the things I know you do very well is to run workshops, and you do share. You're very generous in providing people with the techniques. And would you like to talk a little bit about that? Running workshops.
Running workshop. I love teaching. It's so lovely to share my knowledge, which I accumulated the last 20 years, and every person responds differently, and I would get stimulated too, and also that it's a beautiful way to communicate with other people. I feel very lucky like that. So.
Sachiko, this place is a wonderful world having you in it, and we're very lucky to have you and your work here at Timeless Textiles, and I'm so pleased to have you here. So thank you so very much.
Thank you, Anne. I'm so grateful having my works in here. My dream come true. And thank you so much for having such a beautiful gallery and including me.